one that charged me 2 years ago. Jesus Christ, man, that thing was like, I hit it 2 times coming at me here and here, and I was shitting my knickers, right? I mean, the first time I hit it, I was like, oh, like running backwards, and I was pooping my pants, right? And then it took off and it started stomping the ground, so I huffed at it again and came in again, and I was not ready the second go around either, and I hit it here, and then it ran off broadside, and so when I got bit by that bite, it was funny, by that spider, it was funny at first.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, I fucking got bit by a spider up there. And I'm like, hey, Clay, my leg's fucked up. I think I got bit by something. He's like, there's nothing poisonous up here. Well, I about fucking died. My leg swelled up. And we're drawing circles around it. Well, the first couple circles, right, wasn't that big of a deal. So Clay cuts it open. And listen to the podcast. He's hilarious because he squeezed that thing and I acted like it didn't hurt. I thought I was going to pass out from fucking shock. So
squeeze the pus out?
Yeah. I don't know that it helped, but it gave him pleasure.
What kind of spider was it?
Man, you got to listen to the podcast to hear the whole story, but we ended up calling it the long cock black hobo spider, and there's a story beside that, but I think it was a hobo spider.
Those are dangerous.
Yeah, but I don't think they're overly poisonous. I think I was allergic to it. But the moral of the story, in 6 hours, my leg locked up straight. There was veins going up towards my heart, and I had cold sweats. Heart rate was racing. And Clay's like, dude, we got to get you out of here. You're going to fucking die. Like, we are a long, long, long ways from anywhere.
How far?
4-hour helicopter ride, but then you're dealing with some fucked up
Jesus
doctor
Christ.
in the northern part of fucking Whitehorse, or where
Some
the fuck it was.
doctor.
It wouldn't have been good. So I called my buddy who's a medic, and I was like, dude, what should we do? And he's like, all right, piss on it, bleach, ibuprofen, fucking
Bleach?
get some shit. Yeah, because I guess like bleach cleans everything out. Like he's giving me, I can't remember all the
So
stuff.
Trump was right?
I don't know what's exactly. But I was like, holy shit. I was like, okay, so we're pouring pee on it. We're like crushing up ibuprofen. And
Do you pour pee on it? Or do you let your buddy pee on it?
so here's the thing. One of my buddies
that's when it
must have
gets weird.
had a Big Johnson because he was ready to pee on it right there. And I'm like, dude, pee in a fucking bottle. I don't want to see your wiener while you're peeing on my leg. And so
You wouldn't want it right off the tap? Somehow or another, it's better if he pees in a bottle and then pours it on you?
it would have been awkward. And think of the stories that would have been told after about
Yeah, but it'd
getting
be
peed
funny
on.
stories.
Well, either way, we were pouring pee on my leg.
But if it was a matter of survival, isn't that funny that you'd rather have a guy pee in a bottle and then pour that pee on you than pee on you?
I guess looking at it that way,
It's
yeah.
weird. I get it. I feel I'm right there with you.
Oh.
I understand your thought process.
Well,
I think I'd let the guy piss on me though.
At the time, I was like not overly worried, and then when my leg locked up, it was. If you measured my leg, it gained 2 1/4 in circumference inches. That's how much my leg swelled up.
Oh wow,
So
that's a lot.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm laughing about it now, but what was funny is once it went back down, we just duct taped towels around my calf muscle to go on moose hunts because it was so fucking painful when the infection was going down because the willows were beating it up, and I'm like, I really want to see some of these 70-inch wide moose. Let's just take. We taped towels around my calf.
So you never made it out of there?
No,
So you just dealt with it while you were in the woods?
that went away in like 24 hours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It wasn't.
But you didn't think it was going to. You thought you were going to die.
I don't want to make it sound worse than it was. It got a little nerve-wracking there towards the end. My fucking heart started racing like, and I'm like, yeah,
So your body's
that's not good.
Whenever you have an infection, infections are fucking dangerous, man.
Well, I had veins going up my leg.
like you could see the veins. Is that what you're saying?
That's what
Yeah.
I also get the idea that wolverines eat the shit out of. They'll clear a basin of mountain goats and sheep out in a minute. Did you hear the whole story of that? Fucker bit the arrow in half on the third arrow and charged me after biting it in half.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was cool.
It's a wild little animal, man. I mean, they're in the badger family, and that, honey badger don't give a fuck is pretty famous.
Oh, you know how many memes I got? A honey badger don't give a shit. Oh, fuck, it was crazy.
It's a wild little animal too, just the way it looks. It doesn't even look like a real thing.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy because they were fighting when we saw them, and so we stalked down in on them. I was like, feared we were 30 yards away, and all of a sudden we heard, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they were like 14 yards away.
Yeah, I've seen them chase off wolves from kills. It's crazy. I've seen them in video at least.
Yeah.
It's a wild little animal. It's just so funny how something so small can be so ferocious. Look at that fucker. Look at that face.
Yeah, I saw it like at 6 yards on my third arrow. About
That's
shit
a
my
honey
pants.
badger.
Yeah.
Wolverine's real similar.
Yeah.
But just any kind of badger. So it's such a strange animal.
They are. And I guess there's a lot of them up in that mountain range.
Well-
Because I know they encourage you to, shoot them because they're hard on the ungulates. So
Do they encourage you to? They encourage you to take them out because they kill the... Look at that one with his mouth open in the middle. Low down. Yeah, look at that. Fucking A, man.
Yep.
Their faces. Look at his fucking face. That doesn't even look like a real face.
Dude, I should send you mine. You can put it in here, and like every
The
time you
head?
look at it, scare the shit out of you. I kept the whole hide. I just, when we were in there, it was like,
Send it to me. I'll put it right there next to that chimps. That fake. This thing. This is Shane Against the Machine on Instagram made me this.
oh no shit,
Yeah,
that's badass.
It's a chimp skull that he made out of Zildjian thymballs.
No, it
See,
looks
look,
like
it says Zildjian on the back of
it
it.
reminds me of that movie Congo.
Oh right, yeah.
Bad gorilla. Remember that? The meme.
Yeah, Congo. There's a giant. They call it the Bondo ape. It's huge. It's like 6 feet tall. They've caught him on camera traps. There's I think he's from Sweden or Switzerland. I forget. A wildlife photographer named Carl Amon, and he was obsessed with these things. He saw one once, I believe, and then he set up all these camera traps. He spent years in there trying to document this thing because there's an enormous chimpanzee, like a subspecies of
Good
chimpanzee that lives in the Congo in this place called Bili.
And you got photos of it?
Yeah, they have photos. They have camera traps. These two guys who live there shot one near an airfield landing strip. It's huge. It's
Yeah,
like a
think
6 foot tall chimp.
It'd be equivalent of seeing Bigfoot, right? I mean,
Yeah.
if I ever saw it, I'd certainly want to go find it more. I don't
Yeah.
necessarily think Bigfoot exists, but if I saw one, I'd certainly want to go find it.
This one's really trippy because it sleeps on the ground like a gorilla. It
No
nests.
shit.
Yeah, they nest on the ground, and they caught one eating a leopard. They don't know if it killed the leopard or if it was just eating a leopard that was already dead. But you can imagine how strong a chimp is. Now imagine how strong a 200. I mean, not 200, 6 foot tall, probably more than 200, probably 300 or 400
With the
pound chimp. is.
densest muscle mass known to man.
Yeah,
That stay
it's-
the fuck out of the jungle.
The crazy thing is they have camera trap photos of one walking upright.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, walking. See if you can find that. The guy's Carl with a K, Amon. He's this wildlife photographer that got obsessed with this animal because they were, a lot of people were claiming bullshit for the longest time on this. That there's photos of one that someone had shot from the 1920s, and they were trying to figure out if it was a hybrid, if it was a gorilla chimp hybrid, if that's possible. See, that's the one that's the camera trap on the far left. So you see it walking. That fucker was walking on his hind legs. It's huge. And now go back to where you were. See that one right beside it on the left? That's the dead one. Up top. Yeah, right there. That's the one that they shot at a landing strip. They shot near an airport. Look at the size of his hog.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. Look at the size of that fucker. I mean, you don't know how big the men are behind it, but, even if they're 5'7", that's a 6 foot enormous chimpanzee.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the one in the middle, the black and white one, Jamie, over there, yeah, that one. That is the original photo from really, really early on. I think that was the early 1900s. People were trying to figure out what the fuck that was. It was like, it's really big for a chimp because these guys are trying to hold it up and, its legs are still dragging on the ground. So if it was standing up on its hind legs, it'd probably be as tall as them.
Good Lord.
Yeah, crazy. So it is an actual chimp. There's another one too, that one right next to it, Jamie, right above where your cursor is, down and to the right, that one. I mean, this is a fucking enormous animal, man.
Oh, yeah. That's like the Bigfoot of the jungle.
I mean, imagine a 400-pound chimp, 6 foot tall, 400-pound chimp. Like, what the fuck? So this guy, Carl Ammann, Ammann, has been photographing these things for years and set up these camera traps. They have two different types of chimps. They call them tree beaters and lion killers. The tree beaters are the ones, look at that one in the middle that's standing up. Fuck you. Look at that thing. God damn, that's crazy.
If you can watch what a normal chimp does physically, that's probably going to be pretty impressive what that thing can do.
Yeah, I mean, they throw themselves through the air with their arms. Literally just throw themselves and catch a tree.
That's wild.
And hang from it. So that's why that Congo movie was so weird. Like, it's kind of sort of loosely based on an actual real chimp.
Yeah.
And they get real gray looking too, which is also true, just like his book.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the movie that it's pretty crazy. That one I got, that one that charged me 2 years ago. Just, guys, man, that thing was like, I hit it 2 times coming at me here and here, and I was shitting my knickers, right? I mean, the first time I hit it, I was like, oh, like running backwards, and I was pooping my pants, right? And then it took off and it started stomping the ground, so I huffed at it again and came in again, and I was not ready the second go around either, and I hit it here, and then it ran off broadside, and I ended up killing it, but it was hilarious because my buddy was like, hey, did you get a shot? Because he couldn't see in the timber, and I'm like, dude, I'm out of arrows, and he's like, what happened? And I don't think he believed me. And we got up there, I'm like, dude, it's a big bear, and I said, did you hear it? And he said, I could hear it stomping, and I was like, did you hear it fucking try to eat me? And he was like, did it really? I'm like, no, it didn't try to eat me. I was like, but Jesus, and he looked and I was reacting, reenacting, telling him what happened. It was a trip, man, but I was wearing black. When
So
I
it might have
stalked it.
thought that you were a bear.
So when that snow melts, the king of the apes, right? The biggest bears guard the lushest grass, right? And so when I stalked in, I actually pulled my camo off and I put on black fleece because it was in a field, and I was on my hands and knees, and he'd feed, and I'd get closer, and he'd feed, and I got to 35 yards, and he wheeled out right when I shot, and he went into the timber, and I was like, ah, damn it, and then I could hear him in there popping his teeth. And I'm like, oh,
Oof.
he wants some. So I loaded an arrow and just dove into the timber and I started huffing at him. And that's a dominance thing.
Wait, you did that to get him riled up? Why would you do that?
Well, it seemed like a good idea at the time, right? Looking
You were
back.
just caught up in the moment?
Well, if I could be honest with you, I've never had one come at me that fast. Usually they'll just stand up there and they'll stomp the
So
ground.
you thought you were going to bluff him and then he would be there for a shot.
Yeah, and it didn't quite turn out like I had planned it. And he came straight at me. And so I started like, oh, that's a fucking bad idea. And I started running backwards and I shot, but it was, I don't know, from here to the TV. And I hit it. Well, I thought, okay, that should slow him down. I'll get in that. Well, fuck, it just pissed him off. So he ran out there at 20 yards and started stomping the ground. So at this point in time, I was a bit caught in the moment, and I'm not trying to make this sound any more than me being a dumb fuck. So I started huffing at it again, and he came straight at me one more time, and I hit him on the other side. Well, what was funny is Gary, is like, hey, did you get a shot? And I was like, yeah, dude, you would not believe this. And you could tell he was like, yeah, whatever. We get in there, and this thing's got one arrow sticking out of here, one here, and one through the